Ooh. Oh, extremely bad camera angle. Hold on a second, folks. That's a little better. Hey folks, this is Jeff. Welcome to another crooked episode of Real Country with Jeff and Melanie. That's some work tilling up the farm. That's what I like to see. Look at him. Tilling up ground I ain't tilled before. Trying to expand the garden. And look what I done found. A wiggle worm. Right there in the middle of that pretty black soil. Let's put him back in there. Anytime I can find that. Uh-oh, camera's about to fall. Let me tighten this up. Anytime I can find that in the middle of the garden where I have never tilled up before, we're doing a little expansion. To me, that's a good sign of some rich soil right there. Well, hey folks, hope that first little bit wasn't too boring for y'all. But, whoo, doggies, that's work. And as I hope everybody saw in one of my previous videos, that little tiller was dancing good. But it's doing a good job. That ground is just that hard. And it'll beat you. So you got to hang on to it. Uh-oh, I may be too bright. Let me get out of here. Find a good spot where it don't look like I'm blinding or in the shadows. Yeah, let's see. Maybe that's a little bit better. Folks, I'm sorry. Like I said, this is real country and I'm not a real professional videographer. But just gonna make a little video of what's going on today. This is Saturday. And we working here on the farm. I already cut my grass today. Been checking on my quail, checking on my rabbits. Got some news about that. Got out here and trying to expand the garden. We had a lot of rain. It rained all day Thursday. Really couldn't do nothing. And yesterday had to run to town and take care of some business, so we couldn't work in the ground and it was too wet. But got out here, as you could tell, and weed ate part of the back part of the garden and got a bunch more to do. I just didn't want to bore you with a bunch of weed eating. That nobody wants to see that continuously. But taking the tiller and we're going to expand and try to stretch our garden out another probably 50 to 75 foot longer and probably another 30 to 40 foot wider. And hopefully before the evening's over, I may have to make another little video. But we're going to try to put some stuff in the ground. According to the Farmer's Almanac and planting by the signs, it's supposed to be a very fertile day to plant peas and beans. So I got a feeling if I can get it done, I'm going to lay off a few rows and stretch us out a few rows, black-eyed peas and some butter beans this evening, maybe even a couple rows of okra. And got some tomatoes. I'm going to show them to you. They're a little bent from the rain and the wind, but these tomatoes are ready to go in the ground. They're big enough, and I believe we're past all chances of frost. So if I can plant these jokers in the ground, they'll take better root. We got some Roma and we got some cherry. And got some other varieties as well. Got a few tomatoes here, a few peppers here, a few over here. But we need to get these in the ground. It's supposed to be good for above ground producers. I don't want to fool around and let these things get much taller before they in the ground. I'm ready to start sure enough farming. Can't do nothing about the rain, but hopefully the cold weather is gone. It's too late in the year for us to have some frost. But like I said, it's time. I'm ready. And let me tell you a little news. You know, I mentioned a while back that I had bred my New Zealand rabbits. And we're looking forward to some bunnies. Well, yesterday, according to the timetable, was the day we should have had some bunny rabbits. But this is Miss Flopsy's first time to be a mama. And as any mamas out there may know, it don't always work like clockwork. Sometimes you're a few days or weeks early, sometimes you're a little bit late. But I got out here last week, made the pen that she's in a little bit smaller, brought in the nesting box where she can get used to it, and put just a little bit of hay in there. Well, come out here this morning to check on everybody, and I caught her standing on her hind legs pulling hair. Normally when they start pulling hair, and it's time they start making a nest. So she's getting ready to have them babies. Normally when she starts pulling hair, it's just a day or so and we're gonna have some baby bunnies. And I think she's in labor at the very start of it right now. Let me turn around and show her to you. She's chilling. She is relaxing. We're not gonna try to get close and bother her, but she's just taking it easy by the water bucket. And I brought her out some more hay, and she's beginning to pack it around and push it around. And after I brought her the hay, she continued, pulling hair. And so she's getting ready. I checked her a few minutes ago. I don't want to stress her out, so I'm trying not to bother her too much. But I hadn't checked on her in several hours. I just wanted to make sure, that she's not having any problems, or we don't have babies and she has them in the wrong place and they get injured. So we'll be checking on her every couple of hours unless I see her in the act of delivering. And definitely tonight, make sure. And then if we have some babies, I'll update everybody. Don't know how many we're gonna have. Anybody out there knows? First time I've heard anything from 4 to 12 to 15. So anybody want to take a guess? Give me a comment. Talk to us. We've had rabbits before. Normally when we've had litters, we roughly have about 8, give or take. But like I said, this is her first time, so we'll just have to wait and see. But we'll keep everybody updated as it goes along. And like I said, let me swing this thing around. Another extreme close up. Forgot. Ooh, way too extreme. Back this thing off. I'm scared enough at normal. We sure don't need to blow it up. But let's check on the little quail and see how they doing. Oh, let me turn this around real quick. I got them enjoying the sandbox. They like to take them a little sand bath. Sometimes they'll get in there and I just know we fixing to have some eggs laid. And they just enjoying a jacuzzi or a bird bath, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so far today, we've had one. There's a few more. I got to get out here and clean it out. They messy today. Oh, well, here we go. Got a little egg right there. Let me flip this thing around. Y'all excuse my messy barn. Right this moment, I've got them in my barn because I've had so much going on. I haven't had time to build me a proper quail house like I want to. But it's coming. But that's what I like to see right there. Yesterday we wound up with 10 eggs. So it's steadily climbing. I believe I've got about 5 females per male. And I've got 3 males, I believe. See, so 15 females, I believe. Yeah, that's right. And well, no. Somehow I got an extra bird in there. I've got 3 males and I want to say 15, so. But I'm looking forward in a very short time, as time permits. I'm planning on building me a homemade incubator. I've been doing some research, and like a lot of folks out there do, y'all do, checking it out on YouTube. So I'm looking at everybody's versions of their homemade incubators and store-bought incubators. And I believe I can try my hand at a homemade one, and we'll see. But I'm looking forward to increasing our flock by incubating our own eggs. And hopefully, we'll make some videos and show you the making the incubator process, updating it all the way through as we try. We'll start having a bunch more chicks. But that's pretty much what's going on today on the farm, folks. Like I said, I'm just going to make a little quick video, show you a little bit more tilling, a little bit of weed eating, update on Miss Flopsy and my Farmer's Almanac information. Like I said, I'll try, if time permits as the day goes on, I'm going to try to lay off some rows and plant. But if I don't, I may have to get out here tomorrow and plant after that. But we'll see. It's just, I don't know if I'll get a chance to do it all today or not. But as we do it, we'll film it. I'd like to thank everybody that's watching and subscribing. We really appreciate it. If you like our videos, hit the like, give me a comment, subscribe, tell all your buddies, tell everybody. I'm trying to plan an upcoming fishing trip or two. I just kind of got to find a way to sneak off for a few hours and go to a pond or the river or wherever I can sneak to. I'm itching to do me a little fishing. Take my kayak out and see what I can do. But just stick with us. It's going to get better. Nonetheless, you'll see me work a bunch, and we're fixing to start expanding the garden. Hopefully do some fencing in and shed building. Going to start doing a lot of burning. We're going to probably have to have a little fire. Oh, that was something else I was going to mention real quick. We did a bunch of cutting and cleaning. Don't look like it on this brush, trying to clean everything up and expand, but whatever this brush is, it don't want to burn. You can leave it out here 6 months. We cut this back in the early fall. Turn around and show you. And made these brush piles. There's 2 of them. But right now, this looks like marsh out here. And I am scared to start a big bonfire because I don't want it to blow over and start my neighbor's yard on fire. I don't want it to run back in them woods back there and take off and get away from me and burn all my place up and somebody else's. So what we're gonna do, I brought up an old fire ring. Had a man at a hunting club give me this years ago, and we've used it at campfire around our campers. When we got out of the hunting club, we brought it home with us. But I believe this is what I'm gonna wind up having to do till this wind calms down, because I need all this out of the way. This is where I'm gonna continue my weed eating and my tilling, and then my garden's gonna go all the way back, and I'm gonna push it back another 25 to 40, 50 foot. So this has got to go. And if I can't light a match and do a big bonfire like I was wanting, I'll get out here with the limb loppers and chop it up into small, manageable pieces. And then we'll just sit here around the barrel, and I'll do work around this area and burn a little bit as we go until we get it out of the way. But like I said, it's non-stop work. I told my wife this morning, looked like I had 10 hours to do the work and 10 days worth of work to get it done. I've had household chores, around the farm chores, livestock chores, and it's just gonna wind up being more than one poor boy can do in a little bit of time to do it. Kind of like old Smokey and the Bandit movie. But folks, we thank y'all for watching. I hope it ain't too boring. We're gonna try to keep at it more as time goes on. Talking Miss Melanie into a cooking episode for tomorrow. Hopefully something to do with some quail eggs. We're trying different recipes, and so far we ain't found a way that a quail egg ain't good. And according to everything I'm hearing, it's good for you too. So check us out next time. We'll have some cooking stuff, hopefully. We'll have some more farming stuff. And the good Lord's willing, the creek don't rise. We'll see y'all down the road. Thank y'all for checking us out, and be safe out there. We'll see y'all later.